Well, I'm finally back. Welcome back to Cave Colonization, episode 68. So we are over here today, and obviously I'm just gonna find blocks to build with. I hope I brought some. I don't actually know what the hell I need, so that's brilliant already. I'm just gonna start building. These azaleas are going to be in my way an awful lot of the time. Okay, but that's not really what I wanted to discuss. Now, obviously, the thing I'm going to discuss is the version of cave colonization. As you all know, this world has remained in update limbo, I guess, for many years, basically since 1.19.2 came out. But Badline client no longer supports 1.19.2, and I want to do some replay mod. I hope this wood doesn't actually catch on fire. I probably should have tested that. It would kind of suck if it did. Yeah, basically, I want to do some replay mod stuff, which I will at the end of this video, I think. Pretty sure, anyway, that I want to do that. And that will require a game update to 1.19.4. So I hope I brought enough oak wood, but by the time this video ends, cave colonization will be 1.20, it's not 1.20, 1.19.4, which I guess that's kind of exciting, I guess, maybe. I'm not sure. Gonna have to break into this geode a little bit. We can go spelunking. Alright, I hope I'm building this right. It looks like I am. I set this build up a while ago, so I have forgotten how it goes. Actually, I think I'm going to take these flowering azalea. Oh god, breaking all this moss carpet and stuff's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna break all this stuff like right now, so I don't have to later. I think I'm gonna take the flowering azalea though, because I don't want that to be wasted by just sitting, oh what the heck, by just sitting underneath this build. Because it is raised up a little bit because of uneven terrain. And I did have a distinct image in my mind for this build, and this build definitely does not match the image, but that's okay. What was I saying? Something about replay mod, and there aren't really that many changes. I checked the update logs between 1.19.2 and 3 and 4 and all that. There are not too many changes. The big ones are the enchantment glint, which I don't like the new enchantment glint because you can barely tell things are enchanted, and they rearranged the entire creative inventory, so that's gonna be fun for me to work out when I am building things, but that's okay. I don't really scroll through categories anyway. I just tend to immediately search what I'm looking for because I am dumb and can never find it. That's just faster, you know. Now, I'm sure you want me to address the elephant in the room. His name's Frank. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I get into why there hasn't been a cave colonization episode for a rather long time. Just pause to check that I am definitely recording because I don't want to repeat of last episodes, which, yeah, that kind of sucked ass because I lost some good content there. Anyway, remember back in like episode, I don't even know, the Lush Emporium one, I think that was 66 actually. I was talking about how I haven't gotten a new phone. Well, I have a new phone now. I'm looking at my screenshots on it, and boy oh boy does it not like to be on. You have to keep touching the thing like every 2 seconds or something for it to stay on. It's really annoying because, yeah, that's not helpful for building. And where the hell is this screenshot I'm looking for? Yeah, this is a little bit of a weird build, and I think I was saying actually that I set it up a little bit of a while ago, so I don't remember exactly how it goes, which is a little bit unfortunate, but oh well, that's all right. I'm just gonna do this, build the frame out, and then just populate the walls. I was saying something about how this phone hates being on. You need to keep touching it to keep it turned on, you know, just like certain other things in life, you know. Are you understanding the reference? I hope my audience is mature, because people not mature will not understand that reference, or maybe they will. I don't know. The internet these days is full of questionable content, much like my own, but no, my content is perfectly fine. Like I'm a Christian YouTuber. I don't swear. That'd be a really funny place to just start swearing, but I actually don't swear. I say ass. Ass. There you go. I swore. I swore. Oh no, I'm gonna get demonetized on the Webster net. I don't know what I'm saying, but it hasn't even been a long day. I'm just terminally stupid, I guess. If intelligence was a thing that people have, I wouldn't be one of the ones who has it. And like I said, this phone keeps going off, and I don't know what I'm doing. What is the floor made out of? Probably floor. I think it's oak. It is oak slabs. Correcto. Why did I say correcto? One of these is gonna have stairs. I'm guessing this one. Fudge. Wait. Fudge. There's the wrong stairs. Here's some stairs. Oh, and some oak slabs. Why are you going off already again? It's been 2 seconds since I last touched you to keep you turned on. You know, okay, I'm gonna stop saying that. I need to figure out where the staircase goes. Oh, the joys of figuring out my own builds. You know, I think I said, or I was starting to say, that I usually like to build the things like the day before, or like get the blocks even the day of recording the episode, because that way I have the build like fresh in my mind and I can build it better. I guess. This part is really weird. Weird as in, I don't know how it goes. Because these blocks, let me see if I can find a screenshot that has them. I'm pretty sure they're just oak. Looks like they are. Yeah, because, I hope I mapped this out correctly. I probably didn't. I think actually it'll be fine. This is going not too well already, but DB Productions upload. Honestly, I can't say I'm surprised. Okay, I think just for the sake of it, I'm gonna get rid of these. Yeah, get out of here. Alright, and that'll save me 1 inventory slot. And then there's no windows on this side, so I'm free to just build here. Stop going off, it's been 2 seconds. Okay, actually, it was a little bit longer than 2 seconds that time. Why am I, like, not the torch crafter? There's no window here, I know that. There are windows on this side. Stop going off. Yeah, that's gonna be really annoying. I think I'm just gonna not mention it anymore and just be totally angry at it, because I know when I'm editing, anyway, I don't like when I keep saying the same things over and over again. You know what, I think at this point in time, I'm going to take a quick break and build a roof, because that way I'll just have it done. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and I'll see you when the roof is done and we can move on to addressing Frank. If you remember, Frank, he was the elephant in the room. All right, the roof is done for about as far as I want to go. So now I think I'm going to just place down the interior before I work on this side, because this side is going to be a little bit of a mess. All right, now getting up here is a problem. All right, let's pull up the screenshots and get cracking. I guess placing. So first of all, we're gonna have windows, because every good building needs windows. Feel free to quote me on that. And every good building needs a corner bush, and if there's no corner bush, is it really a good building? Not by my standards, it's not. And I have 1 oak plank in here, right here. Hell yeah. Oak plank, bookshelf, and I think I need a flower pot. All right, so while I'm placing down interior, that's not a flower pot. So while I talk about that, oh my gosh, English. Do you speak it? No, not on this channel. I don't know what that word means. So you're probably wondering where the hell the cave colonization episodes have been. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. So since the last cave colonization episode, my school did another game jam, and I participated in the past 2 game jams. So I wanted to do another one because I think this is going to be my final semester. Fingers crossed anyway. I hope it is. If it's not, that's really unfortunate. But I wanted to participate and make something, so I did. And it doesn't sound like a big deal, except it kind of was, because I had a midterm due, so I had to kind of like rush my midterm project to have enough time to do the game jam over spring break, because I signed up to do my midterm presentation. Oh, by the way, I should mention about this build. It's all focused on Amethyst because of the geode right there, so it's an Amethyst mine, as you probably actually know that from the title. Anyway, so I signed up to do my midterm presentation before spring break, because spring break was, I guess, last week? Was it last week? I think it was 2 weeks ago. I did my midterm and I had to rush it because I had like 3 days to do it, thanks to other work that I had to get done as well. Also, let's put the door in. I think that might be the downstairs complete. I'm gonna call it complete and go upstairs and come back if I forget anything. Yeah, so I did my midterm. It went okay, I guess. It wasn't horrible. Actually, kind of was, but that's okay. And then immediately after doing my midterm, it was spring break and I could start working on my game jam game. And I sat on my computer for like 8 to 9 hours a day for 5 days straight, just working on the game. And if you ever done something like that, you probably know what happened to me and why I just stopped. I stopped with cave colonization and decided not to upload it. The reason was burnout. I just got so burnt out and I did not have the energy to do really anything. And really the only thing kind of getting me out of bed was the fact that I had to place magenta candles on the trapdoor in this build. I don't even think I lit them. I think they're just there. I think those are shears. I'm not gonna be lighting anything with that, but I'm gonna light them. I have 2 glass, which means I missed a window somewhere, but oh well. I got just heckin' burnt the heck out, man. And I just did not feel like recording, so I didn't. What a reason. I know. And I probably would have recorded anyway, even through the burnout, except I just reset my spawn point and placed the bed in the wrong spot. Except for the fact that we are reaching the end of this floor. And I want these last couple of episodes on this floor to be good episodes, so I didn't want to rush something or record something while I just sounded absolutely dead. And I think that's a fair reason, honestly. Maybe you think differently, but I, for one, wanted to make these last couple of videos as good as I could. I know my videos, these episodes are not really that good, but I really enjoy making this series, and I didn't want to like just bang my head against a wall making this and have it not be very good. Because, as I said, we're reaching the end of this floor, and I think this should be a large. I only have a medium, in here. Okay, can I place that? Alright, now unfortunately, unfortunately, I do have to kind of like figure out how this goes. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't upload anything, because I wanted them to be good videos as we reach the end of this floor, and I just didn't feel like I could make a good video in the state of mind I was in following that insane grind I did. Something else that ties into that, I guess, is that I didn't know. I was struggling as well with deciding what to do with this, and I have like that frame and I might do something, but I didn't know if I wanted to update to 1.19.4 for replay mod, and I didn't know like what I wanted to do in regards to that whole area. That contributed to no episode as well. That's a DB Productions explanation, because I explained it in undoubtedly the worst way possible. So sorry, burnout is very real, especially like as I'm nearing the end of the semester and like the whole, you know, absolute hellscape that is the United States right now. That is a lot of stress, especially because I'm going to be graduating out into this world where, yeah, stuff's happening, and it's not great stuff. And my, admittedly in this field, not professional opinion, and what I'm building right now is kind of like a deck, and then I'm going to build a crane, so when they're mining amethyst, they can attach it to the bottom and then lift the blocks of amethyst that they're mining out of the mine using the crane. You know, that's what cranes are for. They lift things. And now that the deep heavy stuff explanation is out of the way, I can go back to being an absolute idiot in my commentary. Hell yeah. This is kind of confusing to build. I'm gonna be kind of honest right now, because, you know, God forbid I'm honest. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm fine. It's all that one thing way back when, if you know, you know. Now there's a furnace. I have a furnace in my chest. There is a furnace in my chest. Alright, I'm gonna put down some stuff where I can see where it's where. So the block of raw copper goes here. We got an amethyst block here. And then, okay, I think these are meant to be my corner bushes. Okay, I have an empty shulker box now. That's gonna help me. It won't stop me from just randomly opening it, thinking that, oh, is there stuff that I need in here? And then being like, oh, this is completely empty. So no, the answer is no. But that won't stop me from opening it. If you know me, I'm trying to figure out where this goes. I think it goes right there. Attaching this crane to this building was kind of an interesting process. I don't think I did it very well, but at the same time, it's fine, right? The laws of physics don't apply in Minecraft. We don't need no counterweights or anything. So the dispenser goes in here. I did this with chains on my hyper-realistic, absolutely beautiful, definitely not wrong-looking windmill way back in episode. My phone just went off right as I wanted to look at it. It wouldn't kill you to stay on for 2 more seconds. Now, would it? Actually, it would. It has limited battery life, especially because, like, I don't charge it. The only time it gets charged is when I'm in the shower, which is not for very long. So like, since I've had it, it's been fully charged like maybe twice in its lifetime. Alright, I think, if I do say so myself, which I do, that this is done. Ish. I'm pretty sure. It's quite dark here. Admittedly, there should be a lantern up there, but I think this is on the mine platform done. I do have to go back downstairs and add a bunch of, not that, a bunch of like stairs. So one here, excuse me, one here, like that. There's one next to this door, right? Can I mine the right block, please? Oh, there's a scaffold has fallen from the upper level. I should probably go put that back. There is like a mess happening right on this side, and I'm unsure what to make of it, but I think there's meant to be, I have fallen, I think there's meant to be stairs like this on all 3 of these sides. Looks about right. And then one here. I hope I don't accidentally like break the amethyst. Okay, admittedly, like this source of them is right here, and I could probably get some more. Oh, there's a crafting table down there. The hell? I want that actually. Also, you may have noticed I blocked off a lot of the water falling down here because it was kind of annoying. This should be oak, I think. So I'll put some oak planks up in there. And I'm not too sure about what's right here, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna clean up my inventory. Alright, inventory's been cleaned up a little bit. And let's start with some exterior decoration. Gonna start right here with the door, and we're gonna place down a lot of fences because I love fences on this channel. And I already have forgotten to get out the sign, so the sign goes right there. And as usual, I think I'll take care of the sign last because I don't really have a name for this building. So actually, if you've made it this far in the video and have managed to suffer through my ramblings, comment a name for this build that should probably do with amethyst and the fact that amethyst is what is mined by these good people. I don't really have a good name, so any name is better than the one I have, literally just being amethyst mine. And as expected, my exterior decoration for this build is literally just like the same fence trapdoor thing that I do all the time. There's a little bit of some uniqueness. Okay, this is where the window goes, right here. So this is where the spare window goes, so I can get 2 pieces of glass out of my inventory, so that's cool. Yeah, there's a little bit of uniqueness on the back, and I want to, does this go all the way up? I think it does. Fotch. I didn't press the scroll wheel, and now I have a stripped log. Brilliant. That's really annoying. Right here, this is one of the more unique sides. Instead of just being like the trapdoor thing, we instead are going to have a couple more details. I'm gonna put a torch here because it's kind of dark. There's nothing there in the original. That's basically it for unique sides. And then over here, we need to do some parkour to get on top of here. Welcome back to another episode of DB Productions complains about the way Discord reorganizes your screenshots when you upload them. But I go around these buildings in a loop to take pictures of them, and the sides go side by side. And then when I upload the screenshots to Discord, it's just like, oh, actually, I'm gonna put the one you took fifth first. Then I'm gonna put the one you took second, like fifth. And oh, you had these all in order, so you could just be able to swipe through them. Actually, no. We don't like convenience and ease of building in Minecraft, you know? We're not fans of that here on the Discord screenshot orderer. Alright, rant over. Thank you for watching another episode of DB Productions Rages at Discord Screenshots. It's a pretty dumb show. I don't know why anyone would watch that. Can I stop falling down? I am not London Bridge, bro. I'm just not. I'm just a guy who can't place blocks in the correct spot. That's my character arc. That's literally all the DB Productions lore you would ever need. This guy can't place blocks. Woot woot. My throat is getting really dry. Thankfully, I'm close to a point where I could take a break and have a sip of water, because I do need another barrel and I don't seem to have one. Or do I? I don't. But I can make one. That's just the beauty of Minecraft. You can take anything and make something. Boom. I have just created a barrel. Isn't that wild? I bet you didn't know that you could craft barrels. Probably did. You really probably did. Welcome back to another episode of DB Productions Goes Insane. Oh yeah, that's decoration for right there. I decided to be unique and insane and not put a corner bush there. I know. That's like some next level innovative design. If there's one good thing about me rambling about absolutely nothing this entire time, it's that at least I haven't been saying like this, and this side is the same as this one. And you know, annoying stuff that I didn't like saying like that. I have a couple of spare lanterns. Okay, 2 of them go on this side. I got out some extra lanterns and put them on the roof because it was heckin' dark and I couldn't see anything. So those 2 lanterns you can see up top there, those aren't there in the original. So I think that's all the exterior decoration done. I do still have 2 oak fences and I'm not entirely sure where they go, but maybe all will be revealed sometime. I dropped 2 log here. Yes, I did. At least my building hasn't caught on fire yet. Bro, imagine like if I turn my back and then all of a sudden fire spread just suddenly turns on. That would be kind of butt, in my opinion. Alright, so we can connect the winch. Okay, we can't connect the winch because somebody built it wrong. Yo, guys, chat. I don't know what I'm saying. Chat is not a stream, but because that fell. But I found where those 2 fences go, and they go right here. Now I have to go down there and get the grindstone. Check out this epic water bucket clutch. Yeah, unnecessary, but hey, I did it. I'm just gonna get out right here by doing that. Look at that clean Minecraft gameplay. Yeah, I English, yes. I'm like literally the Englisher. Like if English was a person, it'd be, what is happening there? If English was a person, it'd literally be me, definitely. And it looks like I actually managed to do this correctly when I built it, or map it correctly. Add all the chains, and then I added a hook on it. I should get more chains so it can be at the bottom, and also carve this out to be a little bit more of like an actual entrance to like where people have been mining. But low key, I think that's this build done. Oh, I have the clock. I cannot forget the clock, and also I'm gonna build like a quick staircase. I probably need to use those oak stairs somewhere, but there's a clock that goes right here. And there's a glowing sack, which is like the first thing. Wow, it's like midday, or yeah, I think that's midday. But I'm gonna take a quick screenshot break and check to see where stuff I may have missed goes. Okay, look, like 1 lantern goes here, another lantern goes right here, so that kind of brightens it up. This did look a little bit dark. Did I do the exterior decoration up there? I didn't, so that's where those 2 oak fences actually went. And I guess it just miscounted them originally, and I do have 1 extra lantern, but that's alright. Yo, check this out. With the power of crafting recipes, I can make an annoyingly 1 more than I need amount of fences. Alright, and I think that's this build done. So yeah, let me know if you have a name for this other than just Amethyst mine, because that's kind of a lame name. Alright, let's get into our second build of today. So the second build is right here. It's just the fountain, and let's go. This is the glorious fountain that I mentioned last episode that I tried to point out but then didn't have a good view of. And I actually kind kind of like this fountain. I think it's probably one of the better fountains that I've built in my time of building fountains in Minecraft. It's made entirely out of deep slate because deep slate is kind of the name of the game. You know, we look around, there's a lot of deep slate. So, but anyway, yeah, this is probably one of the better fountains I have constructed in the Minecraft. Features some banners that I made for the town hall, which was, I think, episode 65. And I like those banners, and I figure, you know, probably Celadome should have a banner pattern, so I can't see actually anything. Thankfully, before I put the stairs in, I can put these walls in and then lanterns so that I can see what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, I figured Celadome should have like a banner pattern, which is something I kind of want to do for more of my builds because I like really never use banners, yeah, but they're kind of cool. So I made a couple more of these banners, and now I have to like put them in, which means I have to like figure out where they go. I think they just go right here though. Yeah, they do. So can I just sneak my way around here? Yes, I can. Yeah, banners are pretty cool actually. Underutilized feature IMO, but I have now discovered it. And we add water to there. I probably should have made like an infinite water source first. All right, let's make an infinite source. So this should be an infinite source block right here. Okay, let me just like source block this entirely. That's entirely source block. We can go up, be careful not to strip any logs, and put the water back down. And boom, there we go. Fountain. And my one worry that I have is, does it kind of obstruct the view of the town hall? It kind of does, but I think no more than that gigantic patch of water, which I actually wanted to block up in episode. Let's actually go up there and do that now. If we go up this, I think it's this water, then it's kind of like we go way back. Hello, Mr. Fish. Also, I can show off this area up here. Ow. Bone Man is shooting me. Yeah, anyway, we go up here, and oh, okay, this is not where I want it to be. Okay, it is the other stream of water, but I guess we can block this one up too. I just have to be careful about it. But right up there actually is like outside. Goodbye, fish. You will now all perish. Alright, so that's one water blocked up. If I come over here then, probably put down like a torch or something right here. Right up here is the beach house. Look at that. And there's so many grass blocks up here. What on earth? And actually right over there, that way is just the outside. So you could literally just swim up here and it might be faster. But yeah, the water's blocked off now. And this aquifer has now been stemmed up. So if we go all the way back down, which I don't have any water, so I can't clutch. But eventually, the Bone Man is here. Deceased Bone Man. Goodbye, Bone Man. Okay, there's some marine death over here. Remember episode 24 and how we tried so hard to prevent marine death, and it happens anyway. Rip the fishes. But yeah, that water is gone now. Historic moment. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this voiced section. And then I think what I'm going to do is record a little replay mods section. I'm gonna have to update the game to 1.90.4 as I said I would. Kind of clean this up and build a path. And then there's one more episode left on this floor, and that's gonna be kind of epic. So for this first section and the arch I showed in the video, I wanted to kind of make some kind of rocky arch structure, kind of inspired by the Fountain of Youth from Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not really good at building natural structures, so it looks questionable at best, but hey, you know what? I tried. I also started planning out a path from the town hall that connects to the main path where the fountain is. I didn't show the whole thing on camera because I figured that'd be kind of boring, but at the end of building this path, I did record a clip of me walking on it so you can kind of see the finished product. Obviously, you'll be able to see it a little bit better in episode 70, but for now, I think this is good enough. So I'm gonna record an outro now, so this is gonna be the end of this episode here. Once again, I apologize for taking like a 4-week break for my every other week series. Hopefully this episode is an episode of Cave Colonization. For all intents and purposes, it should be. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode, which hopefully will be on time. Goodbye.